Hello everyone, welcome back to Tales and Thrills, the place where blood, brains, and brilliant horror storytelling collide. I'm your host, and today we re-diving straight into the ultimate chapter of the original Saw franchise, Saw 3D from 2010. It's brutal, it's wild, and it's packed with some of the craziest traps ever designed by the twisted mind of John Kramer. Or should I say, his disciples. Buckle up, horror fans, because today's kill count is off the charts, and the blood is flying straight into your face, literally, in Saw 3D. So grab your reverse bear traps, your favorite Jigsaw puzzle piece, and let's get started. The movie opens with a public execution, and that's right. This isn't your average darkroom trap. It's broad daylight in the middle of a busy shopping center. Two guys, Brad and Ryan, are chained up in a glass box with saws in front of them. Their trap? A love triangle with a girl named Dina who's been cheating on both of them. They have to decide who lives and who dies while a crowd watches in horror. This opening scene is iconic for Saw 3D. It's one of the only traps to take place in public, showing how Jigsaw's philosophy has truly infected society. People are filming it, screaming, unable to look away. It's not just a game anymore, it's a spectacle. Eventually, the guys decide that Dina's manipulative ways caused all this, and they let the saw rip right through her. Blood splatters on the glass as the crowd gasps, and boom, Saw 3D lets us know exactly what kind of movie this is going to be. Next, we cut to Bobby Dagan, our main character. He's an author who's gotten famous by claiming to be a Jigsaw survivor. He's on talk shows, signing books, and telling the world how he escaped one of Jigsaw's deadly traps. But here's the thing. It's all a lie. Bobby was never in a trap. He made it all up to gain fame and fortune. And as we know, Jigsaw doesn't take kindly to liars. Meanwhile, Detective Hoffman, the last true apprentice of John Kramer, is still out there, cleaning up loose ends after Saw 6. He's badly injured but alive, and now he's hunting Jill Tuck, Jigsaw's ex-wife. Jill betrayed Hoffman by turning him in to the police, and now he's out for revenge. Jill, terrified, goes to Internal Affairs and confesses everything about Hoffman, the traps, and the Jigsaw operation. She asks for protection in exchange for her testimony. And in one of the movie's most chilling moments, we realize Hoffman doesn't just kill to survive, he kills to erase. Bobby's fake survivor support group becomes the emotional center of this movie. We see real survivors, each scarred and broken, trying to move on. One of them is the woman from Saw C's acid trap, still carrying the trauma. Another is a man missing limbs. But Bobby? He's pretending. He looks them in the eyes and lies about pain, suffering, and redemption. Then, he wakes up, literally, in Jigsaw's game for real this time. He's locked inside an abandoned asylum, just like the stories he used to fake. Jigsaw's voice plays on the tape. "Hello, Bobby. You have told the world you survived my test. Now you will truly experience what it means to survive." From here, the movie becomes a full-on bloodbath of interconnected traps, all designed to test Bobby's so-called courage. His first test? Save his publicist, Nina. She's strapped to a device with spikes aimed at her throat, connected to a sound meter. If she screams, she dies faster. Bobby has to retrieve a key from her stomach without triggering the device. The problem is, she panics, she screams, and the spikes drive right through her neck. Blood sprays across Bobby's face as she collapses. Jigsaw's voice echoes again. "Silence was golden, Bobby." Next up is his lawyer, Suzanne, suspended over spinning spikes. Bobby has to hold her up using hooks pierced through his chest muscles, literally pulling himself upward with chains to save her. It's one of the most painful scenes in the entire series, with flesh tearing and blood dripping as Bobby's skin rips. But he can't hold on, and she's torn apart beneath him. Then comes his closest friend, Cale. He's in a cage with a noose tied to a pulley system. Bobby has to pull a lever that drives rods into his own sides to lift Cale to safety. Again, he fails, The spikes drive deeper, and his friend chokes to death above him. Every trap is designed to expose Bobby S. lies. He told the world he endured pain and sacrifice, but when faced with the real thing, he crumbles. Meanwhile, Hoffman infiltrates the police department disguised as a corpse in a body bag. Yes, that's right. Saw 3D goes full horror thriller mode. He kills multiple officers in brutal fashion, setting up his final confrontation with Jill. Jill is hiding in a secure room under police protection, but Hoffman is unstoppable. He sets off an explosion, massacres everyone in his way, and finally captures her. What happens next? Possibly one of the most infamous kills in the entire franchise. The Reverse Bear Trap 2.0. Hoffman straps Jill into the same trap that Amanda once wore. The clock ticks, she screams, and in a horrifying slow-motion sequence, the trap rips her jaw apart. Blood splatters on the wall. Hoffman finally gets his revenge. Back in the asylum, Bobby reaches the final test. To save his wife, Joyce. She's locked in a chamber with a device that will burn her alive if he fails. His task is to replicate the same trap he lied about surviving, pierce his chest with hooks, and lift himself up to connect two wires that will release her. This is the moment that defines the movie. The scene is brutal. Bobby's screaming, crying, and bleeding, actually doing what he once faked. He lifts himself into the air, hooks tearing through muscle, trying to finish the circuit, but his body gives out. The hooks rip free. He crashes down in agony. The timer beeps. Joyce looks at him one last time before the chamber seals and flames engulf her. She burns alive as Bobby watches helplessly, his lies literally killing the person he loved most. As the fire fades, Jigsaw's message plays one final time. The only thing you've proven, Bobby, is that confessing your sins means nothing if you don't face the consequences. It's poetic, brutal, and deeply symbolic of Jigsaw's twisted philosophy, redemption through suffering. But the movie doesn't end there. Hoffman, now a full-blown monster, burns down his workshop and walks away from the carnage. But as he tries to escape, he's suddenly ambushed by three hooded men. One of them takes off his mask. It's Dr. Lawrence Gordon. Yes, the man who cut off his own foot in the very first Saw is alive. It turns out John Kramer kept his promise. Gordon had been working in secret all along, helping Jigsaw with medical expertise and trap setup. And now he's here to carry on the legacy. They lock Hoffman inside the same bathroom from the original Saw, chain him by the ankle, and throw away the key. Hoffman screams as Gordon says the iconic line, "Game over." The door slams shut, echoing through the walls, just like it did years ago, bringing the saga full circle. And that's Saw 3D, a chaotic, blood-drenched finale that closed out an entire era of horror filmmaking. While critics weren't kind to it, fans of the franchise still appreciate how it ties everything together. It's not just about gore, it's about closure. John Kramer's philosophy lives on, through pain, through sacrifice, and through legacy. The traps may have ended, but the message remains: cherish your life. For horror fans, Saw 3D represents everything that made the series iconic. Twisted morality, creative traps, and that signature grimy aesthetic that only a Saw film can deliver. The 3D gimmick might be cheesy now, but back in 2010, it made audiences flinch as blades and blood flew off the screen. Whether you love it or not, Saw 3D gave us what we needed: closure, carnage, and one last, perfectly timed game over.